should be live. Yep, we are live. And we've got Crintoria, Terry and Tafaris in the room. So welcome everybody. And yeah, let's get back to streaming for the first time in ages, shall we? Hopefully my audio's okay. It's certainly peaking a little bit high, so I'm going to move that mic a little bit further away. Well, welcome back everybody. It's been a while. And I went for a different stupid thing, because, you know, that mask, you can't hear a word I'm damn saying. Anyway, let's get on. Oh, so well mannered. So how is everybody anyway? It's been, as I say, it's been a while. I'm trying to think. I need to scroll that down just so I can see what's going on. Oh, hello. Bubbles. Actually attempted to see if we take his... What? Are you in your boomer skin? He's in his boomer skin. Interesting fact: you can actually tell what people are recording if you put the skins on these guards. If they're changing their skins, you can see what they're doing in pretty much real time. So yeah. Andy Vase, welcome back to Zidlington. It's been a while. Obviously had a few unpleasant things happen recently, and of course we're all losing our minds as well at the moment, just with the lockdown. So I need some stuff. I'm sure I do. I'll take these boxes and we'll start things. Hi Terry, how are you doing? I was going to say, how's lockdown treating you, but then, you know, you're retired, so you're practically locked down all the time anyway, aren't you? Oh dear. Right, let me try and work out what I want for this build. Is there anything else I need? I'm trying to think. Apart from rum. Rum can mix everything right. I want to actually find out what this spell does first. Let's go and sort that out. I remember what that one does actually. Alright, we have spell. Let's go and find somewhere safe to cast it. Right, let's head over here and hopefully not kill anything. Oh, I've got fire skin. I'm going to guess that makes his fire resistance. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's basically fiery thorns. Okay. Well, now we know. So that's an interesting thing out of the way. Let's head back and we'll pop that up. That was not what I wanted. Onto there. It just cost me 3 levels, damn it. Hi Potter, how's it going? That's an advanced. I haven't got anywhere spare on advanced. There appears to be a disproportionate number of advanced spells compared to the other spells, but yeah, not bad. Slowly losing my sanity. I mean, it's debatable whether I'm losing it or whether it's whether it was a thing, but there you go. Right, let's have a peeky peek. Yeah, I think a new Nomad pack might be long in the offing, but I'm going to wait till we've got more 115 mods I think Nomad. I think the tenth one was 115. It might even be 114. In fact, let's just have a quick look. Nomadic tenths. I'm losing track of what mods are in what version now. Nomadic tenths is 15, so that's pretty good. But and of course, it's we are literally. They said about 20th of May, so we are 17 days away from 1.16. Yeah, Nomad was an interesting one because you had to carry everything on your back. Right, so I just want to think, is there anything I need specifically for this build? I'm going to take these framed blocks because framed blocks is always handy. In fact, what was the recipe for framed blocks? It's just sticks, isn't it? Let me make a bunch more. Because framed blocks, as I've said, is always handy. I got asked a question, interesting question, which is why I bother with Facecam on stream, and in the comments of the announcement video for this one, and I think the reason is probably because this is, whereas a video is quite impersonal, obviously there's no real-time feedback. I wish that would go away. This is more of a personal real-time feedback thing, and seeing my old fat face I think it just makes it more personal. I am a real person. I'm a real twonk. I mean, obviously I agree. I'm definitely not a pretty girl. I don't think anybody would accuse me of that, but there you go. All right, well, that's actually, I need to put that in as well. I've been carrying that around with me since last episode. So we got that. Is there anything that I can think of that I'm going to take a couple of those because it can't hurt. Don't know. So that's pretty expensive, that thatch, and there is a better alternative thatch, isn't there? If I can find the damn thing. Thatch. Earthworks thatch is just for wheat, so let's go and grab some of that. I also want to go over to yeah, I want to grab all of that. Grab myself some more logs. Actually, it's an interesting thing because, of course, saying that people with face cams are pretty girls who use it to get views is not a politically correct viewpoint. I think that's probably I'm not going to take that because I've got no bloody dark oak. I really do need to automate that. We can have. Oh. I've got no acacia either. Interesting. I mean, for face YouTube's no point. Absolutely no point at all. Yeah, I mean, it's there are clear policies on what you can show on camera. So, but accusing anybody of being anything other than who they are and what they are is just, well, wrong. One day I'll do something with all of this lot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get a batch of these going. And I've got enough room. No, I haven't. Hang on. Put down a box. stick that. Oh, I don't know. I want. Right, I want those, and I want those, and I also want 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably want to go with 2 or 3 stacks of thatch. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a bang. You know what? I'll take 1 more stack. They're a little bit like the Direwolf switch in immersive engineering. It gets old very quickly. As a touch, it's quite nice, but as I say, it does get old. Right, let's head up to see the carpenter's shop and get a few bits and pieces from there. And we're going to head to the deco craft place, and we'll get a few bits there, and hang on, find my drink. Yep. The butcher's just done his work, which is bad news if you're a pig. Okay, so I want to get, I don't think there's anything in this slot. Maybe, actually, let's grab a couple of those. They may work. And maybe a couple of hanging plants just for good measure, because, you know, you can never have too many, can you? That garden swing, don't care. Seashells, don't care. Actually, a cart. And a cart. We're going to have to damn it, there's something in the way. Cart, that. Yep, that's all good. And what else? Wheelbarrow, couple of. We'll take a wind chime, because, you know, you never know when you want wind chimes. Bacon for breakfast. Those chickens are dying of starvation altogether too quickly, I think, but it'll sort itself out. I can always repopulate chickens, that's not a problem. Toys, no. Technology, no. Storage, we'll have a few barrels. We'll have a couple of them barrels. We'll have a few of those barrels. That should do us there. Oop, hello. Doing the work, and don't think we've got anything there. Nothing in light. Save that, because that's going to be for elsewhere. Don't think we've got much of anything we need out of this lot now. Okay. That. And then head over to the carpenters and get some carpentry stuff. We can start to try and bring all of this didn't need to go in, just needed to go here. Pop that there. Right, so I need to get oak planks. Let's just get a couple of stacks of those. No, that's too many. Okay, too many. And then we'll go also for some birch planks. And then we can make a whole load of other barrels and various bits and pieces. Actually, yeah, it doesn't click so much if I just hold it, does it? Okay, and so storage, no. Somewhere in this lot there are some barrels, I'm sure. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. So we can grab a few of the. Oh, we need iron nuggets. Damn it. Okay, let's go and grab some iron nuggets. We'll bounce across there. I think what I'll actually do is leave a little bit of that, and maybe even some of that. So I think 64 of each should be more than enough. And then we just need some iron nuggets. Let me grab a few of them. That should do the trick. And let's head back to the square and get those bits and pieces thrown together. Whee! Oh, hello. The lighter engaged. Right. Where was it? In here. So we can get them. And we can also grab a few of those. That's it. We can only get, that's more than enough though. I don't think we need a vast amount of these. Too many will be too much, you know what I mean? Such a thing as having too much of a thing. Spruce open one. And then we'll go and grab some birch ones as well, just to mix these up a little bit. And then the rest of that can maybe go in there if I could fit it in. That's a liquid barrel, that's not going to help me. Okay, we'll do that then. Right, Faris. So, what's the plan? So the plan for now is to actually, let me run past Bubbles there, is to continue working on this vineyard area. So obviously in the episode we used some ancient warfare tech and automated most of this now. These, if I hit F8, you can see where the workboxes are for this one, because this was never built with the with automation in mind. But rather than tearing it down, I left it in place and just, you know, worked out where to get those ones. Whereas these two areas up here are definitely built with automation in mind. So yeah, you know what, if I ever buy another one, I will buy a proper leather one rather than a cheap rubber one. Although to be honest, it's still going to muffle it. Anyway, I've still got my goggles. I'm fine. I'm in steampunk mode. So what we're going to do up here is we're going to build a building over this area. Maybe a small shed or something about here as well. We'll kind of split this up. We'll get some more of these trees going in, and with a bit of luck we can make this area look nice and fancy. And oh, hello, come back here, I don't want you there. With a bit of luck anyway. So first things first, I suppose we should think about what our block palette. And I would think I would like to use the if I can find it, there is a way to make a different oak beam. Somewhere in this lot there is anyway. Here we go. Oak log light, always nice, but we're not going to go. There we go, oak timber. So it's just a cost for cost kind of thing. It's not going to cost us any more to do it, but we can pop that in, and it just gives it a little tinge of colour. So if we kind of maybe start here and then come back to about there. What's that? Is that odd or even? 2, 3, 4. That's it, odd. So that's a nice thing. And then we can come over to say there. See, this is not an ideal shape for building into, but we can possibly manage something. If we come back here to here, that gives us, that's an even. I don't mind even, actually. That'll work. So we get that going on there, and then we maybe come over this way, 3, 4, 5, and there, and maybe even dig in. I can't. The only draw, yeah, and I think it would have to be a definite. So if we do something like that, that will work there for a. Yeah, that kind of works. It would have to be a definite leather mask that didn't constrict and had good airflow, because as it stands, it really, you can't breathe in it. It's terrible. But it was worth it for the few seconds just for the giggle. You know, shits and giggles. That's the all important thing. I mean, I've always said, you know, on many occasions, I've said that one of my purposes in life is to, if I can put a smile on someone's face, then it's not an entirely wasted day, and that's equally true. You know, hopefully that put a smile on a few faces. What more can I say than that? That one I'm actually going to not take up as much. So this is going to be a to here, like so. That works. Yeah, it'll be an interesting structure. I mean, it's not going to have any people living in it. This is just a structure to go with the vineyard here, but that gives us room for another willow here and maybe one on the edge here. And I may do some closer down by the water side, and then over this way I actually want to start finishing up this, because obviously we've worked all over there. I want to finish up this side of the river, so we've got all of this from the point of view of the map, all of this area done, with the exception of anything we intend to build in there. So and I may even build something out here, although it will be outside of our kind of area. There's just something I managed to forget to do. I'll just keep doing them. Plus I've got 7 days going on at the moment, which is fun. I may even stream 7 days at some point, just for a break from Minecraft, because it's no, it is an incredibly fun game to play. Oh man, I am, nope, what the hell? Oh, right. Yeah, I think I'm happy enough with that anyway, but let's just go and get this done. Did I disable that? I can't remember. I don't think I did. See, there's nothing here at the moment, so what we'll do is we shall pop that in place to there, and place it and open it, close it, open it. Oh, there you go. Sorry. What was that YS? Village. YSK. Okay, could have sworn it was Sidlington. Oh, they're not huge. They're like 30s and 40s. But it was similar. I mean, Graveyard Keeper, most of these were not huge numbers. So it's just something to have a change from the old good old Minecraft. I've never got on with Terraria. It reminds me far too much of the games I used to play when computers were shite. What mod is what? The wand. That is Electroblob's Wizardry. Right, what was I doing? We were making a vineyard. That's what we were doing. Right, so what I think we need to do is probably start off with some thatch, and let's just get a few of those. Yeah, it's changed a lot. Let's bring that down a level and we'll pop this in here, and then we'll come out like so, I think. and apparently thatch is incredibly hard to break. Who knew? Let's get across there, come up one, and then up like that. Ow. But obviously the overhang will be more like that. That gives us a little lean-to shed on the side. I actually own Terraria, so you know it's not a case of. But I never just really, it never meshed with me. Like I say, I mean, I grew up with the sideways scrolling platform style games, and it just reminded me very much of those, which to some degree is not necessarily a good thing. Some of those games I kind of look back at and go, my God, what the hell we were playing. So yeah, I don't know, it's something I could certainly revisit. To be fair, I've owned 7 Days to Die for a long time, and it was one of those things where the I didn't really enjoy it early on. But it was obviously an alpha. It was quite clearly an alpha, and yeah, it's come on considerably. Where's my crafting station? I think maybe 3 should be enough for this one. Till we get around to there. Oh, not quite. Okay, couple more. Right, and then this just needs to be double where all of they are. Well, that kind of gives us a start. You've got a little side lean-to shed to the side there, which we can do. From there, we probably want a kind of framework coming out like this, and well, this is going to be. I'm going to take this off. This actually feels weird. That's coming off. That normally sits on my top hat, on my lamp that I made. So it can go back there in a moment. Well, not in a moment. At the end of this, actually, if we're going to be solid about that. Right, where was I? And there, that gets start of the frame. In fact, hang on a second, I'm just going to pop these. Let me just come back over here. You get this. I don't know whether you can see that. That's the head bit of my lamp. And it goes on, and there's a bulb goes on underneath it, so that just normally sits, oh man, on there, like so, and that's what we end up with. So yeah, not a scary lamp at all. The entire room is themed as a steampunk base. So yeah, let me just get my earphones back in. Helps when you can hear the monsters creeping up on you. So there's a lot of brass and copper. The desk is brass and copper pipe. Well, after desky scaffolding pipe sprayed brass and copper. And again, this here. This was an ordinary fan. I don't know if I can get it in there, but I resprayed it, gave it copper and bronze parts and gunmetal, and a decent flex in purple fabric rather than things. Yeah, by that I was looking at steampunk keyboards, because the one thing that isn't steampunk, of course, is my computer, but I'm not sure quite how bothered I am about that. Oh, hello. Right, get my keys on the right keys, that's always a bonus. And just levitate up here. Okay, so if I wanted to get a little bit of scaffold, this block here may have to, well, this block here will have to go temporarily. In fact, it will have to go only because if I come out and do that either side, no, naughty. Yeah, I think we'll take this entire layer of roof out. And revisit this in a moment. And that will come out over there like so, and then we can grab this again and come up and go 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and similar again. That is an Ancient Warfare transport boat. It steers terribly. I took it out a couple of episodes ago, just as a kind of a, what am I to do there? 1, 2, 3. Oh, damn it! As an experiment to see if I took like a mass transport storage system, what kind of thing would that open up for us? And what it opened up for us was a system that steered like, I genuinely can't describe how badly it steered. So yeah, it wasn't good, put it that way. Okay, so we're starting to get some structure. Let's think. Then we need to obviously put last of my special edition Kraken, that one. Yeah. It's terrible. It really is. It's a beautiful model, don't get me wrong. The Ancient Warfare stuff has got some great things, but it steers terribly. I am going to be doing some experiments with yeah, I'm going to do some experiments with some of the other boat variants, so I've got a few plans for those. We may even get onto them today, I don't know. How much of that have I got? 15 is definitely not going to be enough. Let's take that much and grab that like that. That should give me a goodly amount. Hup. And we should be okay then to finalize the frame of the second story. And sneeze. Queen Elizabeth II, big it was the Queen's ship, wasn't it, for a while, as I recall? But it's basically a cruise ship, give or take. It's a big old girl. Not the most responsive. I'm probably going to need more actually, because I'm just thinking that I still need to do that little jut out at the back as well. But I'll worry about that in a second. Like So yeah, it was kind of ship that had like its turning circle was something like about 15 miles if it needed to turn around. They didn't build it small. Right, so if I want to, do I want to just, yeah, I think we'll just bring you across there. I need more. Glad I've got plenty of oak, courtesy of the various farms over there. Yeah, I don't know how much more I'll need though, so let's just grab that much for starters. Don't know, can you actually do anything? Can you turn that back? You can make things with it. And you can still say, oh, I suppose it just functions as normal oak then. Okay. That is fine then. And I'm very tempted to overlap this as well. Let me just overhang this. That kind of works, I think. One, two, three, four. It was five, wasn't it? Oh, damn you. Yes, it was. Still gonna need more though. Okay, not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I must. It's one of those things. I must admit, as a holiday, it's never been a thing for me. The idea of these cruisers, they just really don't rock it for me. I don't know why. Let's do 1, 2, 3. I think that will be more than adequate. And that can go down over there. Lovely. Right, we have a framework to work with. Now what do I want to do down at the bottom here? So on the top, what I am thinking, at the bottom I should say, what I am thinking is predominantly chisel and bits cobble, because it has this rather nice old rock. So if we come like 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have a double door, and then we can come all the way along like that. Do I want to? I can always chisel it, can't I? This is going to be the biggest thing I miss, you know, in the current modded. The 115 modded is just the absolute lack of any chisels and bits and chisel blocks. It's going to kill me. Okay, we're good. That's fine. And then I'll probably have a 2-tool window there. We'll have our door there. Maybe if we come in one, I'll have a 3 wide window at this point, I think. And we'll work up the bricks. 115 is my Sid's Modded Life Season 3. Not especially bad, it's better than 114. There's, having said that, it doesn't take a great deal, because 114 was really bad. But I think we'll just get that like that. And we'll have a double window there. More cobble. But I think you're going to have that. My gut feeling is that you're going to have that problem with all of the micro. They're releasing too fast, in my opinion, right now. And I must admit, having played on the snapshot server, I'm not a massive fan of what they're doing with the nether. Do I want a 3 looking over the harbour? I think that kind of makes sense. But then there'll be a tree there, won't they? Yeah, but there's some very interesting mods coming along in 1.15. I've just finished recording a spotlight for one that will be out this week, and in fact I've got three spotlights lined up, but I've only got one coming out at the moment that's recorded. Must be that time of night. Right, what the hell was I doing? I was thinking about what I'm going to do with this. Bye-bye. So three's still three is still very early on. We're still getting all the infrastructure, and it's amazing when you've done 200 episodes of Sysmodded Life, season 2, and you've got to the point where pretty much anything you want, you just go, right, I need that, and bang, you've got it. It is actually super hard to... Have I got any vines in there? I haven't, damn it. Oh, I have. I don't want a lot, so let's. I really do need to get a vine farm. Multi-Minecraft, yeah. Yeah, let me get a bit of that going as well. I don't want a lot of this, but we'll put a little bit around the sides here, and then we'll stick a few cracked ones in. We'll throw in a few blocks of a different type, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so bit that, maybe a little bit back there, maybe even a little tiny bit above the ground level. There's a tendency to try and do this all at, you assume that the kind of the mossy stuff would be where the damp would creep in, and it doesn't have to be. So get a little bit of that going. Do I want any more? No, let's leave the rest. I don't really need to worry too much about it. So you can go back to that. You can become that. Yeah, I think a vine farm is going to be something subtly different for this. I'm not entirely sure whether you can. I'd have to examine out how I was going to do it, if I was going to be able to do it at all. I wonder whether we can get away with... Oh wow, they're huge. I can think of a place I can use them. In fact, I'm going to go and have a look. We'll go the quick way though. Yeah, we did quite a bit since 118. I'm not going to get away with using them there though, am I? I wonder whether I could get away with using them up here later. I'm just going to stick them on just to kind of get a feel what we got going on. No, I think they actually do need to be on the ground, don't they? Yeah, that'll work. Ugh. It is an odd weird. It's not perfect. Leave them there. I can always recycle them later. They're not doing any harm out the way there, because I've still got to develop this area of the village. So let me quickly sleep the night off. Actually, we'll just teleport back to the nether portal. Quicker way of getting there, isn't it? Okay, so we got you. Just need to throw a little bit of the broken stuff in, and then we'll mix in a few other bits and pieces, and then we can start getting a bit detailed on the bottom. Again, putting most of the cracked stuff fairly low down for the most part, because I figure that damage like that would occur where the blocks are under compression a lot. I have no idea. There, yeah, that'll do us. Okay, we'll take you. You can go back to being cobble, as can you. Right, so the odd place, and I mean literally the odd place, not going mad. Oh, I've got those. Where are they? Oh, I moved my face cam to the other corner as well, because one of the mentions was that you can't see the chat messages coming up. So yeah, that's why the face cam has moved. He appears to have stopped taking damage, so I'm going to put it down to just general guard stupidity. And we'll stick a piece in there. Maybe even just a piece up there. And that, I think, again, varying up your materials can be a powerful tool, but it can also be used too much. So taking a couple of those, and maybe even a couple of gravel, just to put a bit of texture in places. So for example, a bit of gravel there, why not? It adds a texture, breaks it up a little bit. We'll stick another one there, and we'll have an andesite up here, and an andesite there. That gives us a start point. Now for the floor on here, I am actually going to go with cobble, but we're just going to use primarily the trodden. Yeah, you're not wrong. No, trodden, there you go. So we'll take this lot out. Give us he's almost certainly just fallen off something. The NPCs in Ancient Warfare and Tektopia all seem to have blindnesses to personal self-preservation. Okay, so we'll get you down there, and get a goodly amount of this down. Yeah, alright. More cobble. Yeah, fell down the stairs. Right, to get this in. Okay. Then throw in, just for good measure again, throw in a little bit of wear and tear around the place. We'll stick a little bit of this in places. Again, don't go mad. Yeah, even the teacher is quite capable of walking into things they shouldn't do. Let me take a bit of that and a little bit of that. I think that'll do us. And a little bit of that. Right, so doors. In fact, these need to come out, and I'm going to replace those with these. That one I'm going to leave. It'll become apparent why, but I will put this. Let me just check my. Oops. Let me just check that this is working. No, it's not F8. Is it F4? I thought I had light level overlay, and I thought it was F7, but F7 seems to have been rebound. Oh, F7 is duplicated. Sorry, not cancel. Attack. Oh, hang on, no. Mouse button 0. That's what that should be. So I need to find. Conflicting, and that should give me everything that's on F7, and F7 is probably, if I can find them, light level and open keyboard wizard. So let's change that to, can I do Alt F7? Alt F7. Done. So F7 now should be light level overlay. Yep, and Alt F7 is there. Brilliant one. The conflicting, the key, this keyboard mod is probably one of the better ones out there. Now I need to just check my light levels out. So I'm not worried about inside because I know I've destroyed all the light levels in there. So, but outside, yeah, there you go. Right, turn that off. Right, where was I? Somewhere. Get rid of those. Oh, those, no. Tell you what. Actually, I don't really need that either. Bye-bye. So, we got this lot. I need to get some doors in. I think I'm going to go with ironwood doors. I should have some ironwood somewhere kicking around in one of these. Somewhere, maybe. Just a little bit. I don't think, can you make chardwood door? I'm just curious. Can I make a chardwood door with that? I don't think I've ever tried. No, you can't. Okay. I mean, I don't know why you would want a chardwood door, but I want a little bit of the ironwood. Have I got any pre-planked? No. So we'll go with that, and we're going to go 1 and 2. I think that should be more than adequate. One there, and this one will be to the outside. There we go. Lovely. Right, what's next? More rum, that's what. So, what we got next on this agenda? It's going to be... Oh, that's what was it? Okay. We need some glass, actually, don't we? Now, there's an issue with the glass, and that is, simply put, this. Obviously, I can turn this into any glass type I like via the chisel. So I can, for example, go with the iron fence glass, and I can put that in, and it looks all nice. However, if I need to get rid of some inventory, clear some inventory space. Let me just put these barrels out of the way. I don't need them yet. and that dirt light can go out of the way as well as the glass. Yeah, so if I do that and then I no, get my no, there we go, find the right thing, my tool bag, and pull out this lot. If I chisel these, that's absolutely fine. It's a little bit deep, I need to bring that out further, but it's fine. Oh, you're behaving. Alright. Maybe we'll get away with it then. So if we kind of do that, it just gives a level of depth, but then I want to bring this out all a certain amount just to get away from this craziness. Actually, I'm very tempted to do that. I think we're going to, yeah, we will. Because then it gives me the option of putting shutters on as well. We'll leave you like that though. Let's have a look, see how this all goes, shall we? And then we can pop. Yeah. Obviously fixed that. That used to be that if you chiseled the edge blocks, then the panes would unjoin because they weren't solid blocks. So there you go. Pardon me. Right. So what we'll do is we'll run that same model all the way around. It'll just give the it's all about 3 dimensions and giving it depth. I really need to check out my chisel and bits bag as well, don't I? What have I got in there that I don't need? That. Podzol, bye bye. White clay, bye bye. Anything else we don't need a lot of in there? Probably dirt. Shouldn't need a lot of dirt. Dirt's, well, common as dirt. Yeah, well, it's there are modders that do it. In fact, again, the one that I've literally just reviewed that's coming out this week actually has some vertical slabs in it. So as long as we've got modders who are prepared to give us it, then you know we are. Actually, I'm going to have to take those doors back if I do that, aren't I? That's fine. I can live with that. We'll take that out then and we'll stick some light blocks in because that answers a lot of problems. How I'm going to survive without this, I really don't know. I just hope the author of Chisels and Bits really turns their attention to upgrading sooner rather than later, because he's going to drive me absolutely nuts. Well, there's several things I can. Oh, hang on. Let me just undo that one. There's several things I can do around the door, and the same kind of thing that I'm going to do around the windows in a moment. But I mean, the one thing I could do, for example, let's start off with the windowsills, shall we? Well, let's actually start off with what I need to do, which is taking some of that and. What are you? You are the cracky bit. I just don't want the cracky bit. I want the normal bit first. Ah, there we go. No. There we go. So if we change that to connected material, undo, and bring that out 1, 2, maybe 3. Actually, no, I'm going to leave that back. We'll get away with that. That'll again give you another level of the 3-dimensionality. And if I'm clever about this, which I should be, but certainly should be cleverer than I'm being right now, if I jump into my tool bag, I can speed things up a wee bit by going and copying that and just pasting it, which will make life a little bit easier. And around here, and then we'll clear that one, and we should be okay to copy that. Yeah, that works. We'll get those in. Right, have I done any of the other materials? I haven't yet, so we should be okay now to put that away and then go and grab the cracked one and then repeat the process around here and there, there. I think we're getting closer. On that. And then similarly we need to do these ones. And all of the other block textures. Chisels and bits, making builds take 50 times longer. Get there eventually though. Should be done with that now, so we should be okay to be able to come out with, say, this one and duplicate and then fix those in. Got more of these than I thought I had, obviously. There we go, there's one, and have we got one around this side? Yes. So that leaves this to do. And then a few incidental blocks, but for the most part that's the bulk of those, just the cobble and the gravel. Yep. I think I've only got, let me just try, we can try it. Oh, hang on, Alt, there. Additive. No, it just adds to the same thing. Anyway, we need to get rid of you now, and then we can go in with the andesite. To be honest, I think we can probably do these ones by hand because there's not a lot of them. I don't think we need to worry about the templates now. In fact, sensible. Let me just do the sensible thing here. Like that. There was a gravel somewhere, wasn't there? Which is there. And there should be a little bit around here. There's a bit of gravel there. There is a andesite there. Cobble there. I think we're there, aren't we? Yeah. And then obviously we've got the windows to do. I'm going to need more window material, aren't I? At least one batch of it. But it starts to look a little bit interesting. When you the chisels and bits, I just love it, but it is also a complete pain in the bum. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And get you done. Bang. Chisel. Up to... It was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. I had to look at it for a second. Oh, right, yeah. I follow you now. Right. A couple of those with a couple of those. Get myself some light dirt. And somewhere abouts I put those. They can now go on the inside edge. Perfect. So the kind of thing I was wondering about was if we take something like, say, this, actually not that because it's a bit wishy-washy. Let's find something a bit darker. Not in there, we won't. Let's go with this. Now, first things first, have I got a chisel option on it? I haven't, which is fine. And can I chisel? I'm a bit sick because there's some of these. Yeah, you can't. All right, I'm not going with that either then. In which case we shall go with dark oak. And we'll use these stripped dark oak logs because they. Oh, come on. Looks like time for a reboot. All right, that's a good start. Give it a second, and we'll restart. Didn't see what the crash. I'll have a look at the crash error later. If there was anything useful in it anyway. And it's loading again. Bring it back up to Mac full screen and we're good. Well, we will be once we're on full screen anyway. Oh, I've got work tomorrow. I couldn't believe it. Even though lockdown, I'm still working. Working from home. Admittedly, everything's done remotely now, but what have I been up to apart from work? Because as I say, I am still working, unfortunately. What have I been up to? I have finished. Well, I finished the box around the hot tub in the pergola, so we can secure the hot tub from the cat. So that's all done. That's the timber work on that done. I've used a whole load of the spare timber to make some planters. I've decorated the hallway. At the moment I'm in the process of building a fence. What else? That's probably about it for the bulk. Interesting wise, I'm finding the opportunity to sit down and just do mod spotlights a lot easier because I've got the time to actually sit and work out how a mod works. It's beneficial. For example, I'm working on Nature's Aura spotlight at the moment because Nature's Aura is in Sid Modded Life 3 and I want to learn out how to use it for that. So it's kind of, killing two birds with one stone. I've never left work, Terry. We moved to working from home 6 weeks ago now, I think it was. This will be week 7 and we've continued to work from home since. So, microphone, headphones, remote desktop connections, everything, Microsoft Teams. It's just been one huge thing after another. Right, there we go. That should. Come on. There we go. We're back. Now, with a bit of luck, we'll get in there without any errors. But I think not this week, but the following week, I'll be going back into campus for a half a day once a week So we've now moved to the point where we've got so many people working off campus. We need to have means of getting hardware out to them for when their hardware fails or whatever. Oh no, how do I've got a voice changer mod, and I use it to wind my colleagues up significantly. I take the philosophy of putting a smile on people's face seriously, even when it comes to colleagues, whether they want me to or not. Anyway, what we're doing, we are going to make a rather nice, I think we'll go with that. And then we'll take a couple of blocks of that, that's all we'll need, and I know I could take them down in one block, but for two I'm not going to worry. We'll quickly sleep. Having oh, that's not good. Let's see whether it restores. I may restart the streaming thing if it goes a bit funny. Let's have a look. I'm kind of watching it. I'm not kind of thing. It's definitely this, that seems to be all right. The camera's not doing much though. Well, of course we're on Virgin Media, so that's always a danger right now. What with the thingy, but what I'm going to do, I think, here is I'm going to just quickly drop out and just do that. That kind of works, gives it a little bit of a trim there. I can't blame BT. I'm not with BT. I'll have to blame Virgin. And then of course the other thing we can do here, and this is a little bit more awkward, is if I take out that, and then we take out a line. Oops. This is going to be awkward. This is actually going to be quite awkward, I think. The question is whether it's worth it. You can obviously stick a... I personally don't think it is worth it. Let me just get rid of that for a second. But the windowsills definitely, and then we'll. I can blame any. I can blame anybody I fancy. Is it still? On Monday they had a major problem. I mean, the thing is, it's realistically, we're putting more of a strain on the network than it was ever really designed to do. So we have to be a little bit considerate, and the amount of sudden video streaming that is going for them. I mean, our meetings, we're kind of getting out of the habit of using video when we don't need to, just because it's just another level of complication that you don't need. Right, what am I going to do for the top floor? I'm very tempted to do limestone actually, which I didn't bring with me, because obviously let's go and do the thing that I don't have here. Let's just go and check out the storage. It was due to something, and at the end of the day, I'm probably more forgiving. Oh, chalk. That has a certain je ne sais quoi to it. I don't know how much of it I have. Have I got any more? I've got marble, I've got limestone, I've only got 4 stacks of chalk. Really? I don't even know whether 4 will be enough. I'm trying to think. I'm really not prepared to trust 4 stacks of something. whereas limestone I can definitely manage more, and I can chisel. It's a little bit yellowy, isn't it, though? Ugh. I don't know whether to go limestone or chalk. Marble is too white, I think. Or you can go with clay wall, of course, which is an option, I suppose. Let me just have a look at what. I don't really want it to be like that, though. I prefer to be dry clay, which uses dry clay char. Yeah, that's going to be a pain, isn't it? Have a look what I've got downstairs in the bulk storage. Still can't bring myself to use diorite for anything significantly. I've watched B-dubs use it. I know it's possible to make it look nice. I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm going to try and see if we can't get away with that chalk, especially if I can chisel it. Which I should be able to, because it's earthworks, so let's try that out. Nether portal. Let's have a little stroll up to the top here. And we can come in. So as a colour, it is quite nice. It's not quite as bright as marble or quartz. And now if we put the floor on this level as a slab, then we'll be having 2 floors before we hit windows. That will work. So I sometimes think that having I suppose we can put the floor on as a solid block, actually. Doesn't really matter. And we should get away with what we got actually here. I think that's given us a reasonable coverage. This is what I want to do here is bring you around like that, and then you are going to be a door, because this is not going to actually have a building structure under it. This is going to be over the top, and there'll be a door with a loading hatch and I'll probably yes and yes. I'd need to go out and hunt it down, because it's just an earthworks block. But if we can get this done with what I got, I will be a happy bunny. What shall we use for a floor in here then? And then do I want to do anything underneath that? I've got a few ideas. In fact, I might be able to, not with that. If I've got some of it about, have I got any of them about? I have. No. That is not what I wanted. But I can get away with those. Which kind of works. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. And then that can kind of run along like there. So that's that. And obviously we'd have that on all 4 corners, and well, all 6 corners actually. Nope. These are positional, you can actually get them onto the edges or onto the centre, so it's possible to get that kind of extra strong looking structure there. and I'm probably going to need more though. Might get no, I'm not going to get away with it, am I? I don't think I've got more. Let's have a look. Got the spruce wood beams, I just don't have the actual supports, and those are made with spruce wood beams, but we need hang on, we need a carpenter's table. Right, so if I get myself a couple of bits of oak, or 3, I think it was, I can't remember. Let's go and get those, make myself a carpenter's table. We'll craft, oh, there we go. We'll craft that, because that kind of works as part of the furnishings in here anyway, so we can pop that down just, you know, to the side of that door, and then we can make more of those. And I mean, it could have been someone burning 5G masts. It's a vineyard. So it's the building for the vineyard. The carpenter's table is just a table as far as I'm concerned for this, but this is just for the support beams. Now what I think we'll do, or I'm kind of considering how, let me think this through, because what would actually make a lot of sense would be, no, here we go, I haven't got the relevant stuff on me though, I don't think. Got a little bit of it. Oh, I've actually got some already. Hang on, let's sleep. I was very pleased to see that they actually have banned, let's do it to this corner, David Icke's accounts on Facebook and YouTube. I mean, you know, the number of people crying freedom of speech is ludicrous as well on that particular one, because they're not interfering with his freedom of speech, they're just interfering with his freedom. David Icke is one of the main conspiracy theorists that came up with this 5G nonsense. Let's get a, you know, we'll save you to the end for the excitement. So if this downstairs is going to be where they make the wine, then we're going to need to come up one more. Oh, we need to come back one as well, damn it. Let's get a floor in. I want a floor in first, and I would like to put a, take that out, oh hello, didn't realise I got that. Well, freedom of speech is simply the freedom to say what you wish. It doesn't mean a freedom of speech without consequence. That's the first point of freedom of speech. You know, it doesn't mean you're free to say what you want without getting shot down for it, arrested. But it also doesn't mean you're free to talk whatever bollocks conspiracy theories that you want to come up with. And it also doesn't guarantee you a right to say it on a social media network. The social media network has the right to say who can say what they wish to say. It's a simple ownership transaction, really. You know, if you own something, you get to say what's on it. For the same reason that people, I mean, let's be honest, as an agnostic atheist as I am, you know, I don't believe in any religion, you know, not just one but any. But if somebody, if if the Bible was right and there was a second coming of Christ, it'd be locked up or ridiculed. You know, there is no way that in this society someone could come along and claim what they claimed, and you know, if they did the miracle, the people would sit there and say it was some kind of trick. So it's a bizarre world we live in, with bizarre peoples, unfortunately. I need to get some inventory space temporarily. Let me do that for a second. I want you. I'd like you. I want to turn you into those. That's lovely. I'll have to get that. Once I've got those floors in, then I'll be able to work out exactly where I want the door. But a government can, you see that, people say there's freedom of speech, but there are parameters within freedom of speech. I mean, you're not free to be racist or sexist or incite hate crimes. You know, so even that is not truly free. Or rather, I should rephrase that. You are absolutely free to say what you like, but don't be surprised when they lock you up. Oh, damn it. Why? Right, if I want the door to be here, then I need to be, yeah, that does need to be one further back and up. Can I get rid of some of that? I can. Have I got any more ironwood? I know I have. There we go. Well, that's funny story. There's a psychic, palmist, and psychic shop. Oh, that's not what I wanted. On my drive into work, and the proof to me that they can't be truly psychic is the fact that they're open 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. Whereas if you were truly psychic, you'd only be open when you know there's a customer coming in. Yeah, it's basically freedom of speech with consequences rather than without consequences, which is what these idiots seem to think they should be able to have, you know. I mean, I must admit, it terrifies me when I saw the report about the protesters going into the American, which wasn't the courthouse, was it? It was the local chamber or whatever they call it. I don't know how it exactly works. And because the law allowed them to go in bearing arms, they're all in the gallery with these, you know, AR-15s and stuff, and it's like madness. I'm so glad that I live in a sensible country. At least when it comes to that particular side of things. I mean, this is a peculiar thing, you see, because I've seen people sit there and say, well, you're English, you know, your gun laws are crazy, you're not allowed. And our gun laws are actually a lot more relaxed than, I'm going to double that actually, I think it'll look better, than people think. You know, I mean, one of my colleagues has got a shotgun license. Well, he's let it lapse, so he can't use them at the moment. He's got a limited one that allows him to keep them, but he can't actually shoot them. But you can get a gun license in this country that allows you to fire a pistol, for example, or, you know, a rifle. There's nothing out of the ordinary. I need that stuff I put away. Those. What do I reckon I need? Four more. 4 more of those. 2, 4. Thank you. And there. We'll pop those in like that, and then I think I only needed 2 more actually. I wonder if there's any way I can get, I think the nearest I'm going to get to that is if I were to get some spruce like that, Can I chisel? What can I chisel you down that has got very little? I think. Let me just have a look at this. Damn it! I left it in the chisel. See, that is actually too dark for that. It's going to have to do that. I think it's the closest we're going to get. I don't think any other wood is going to even come close to that. There's licenses for most, including semi-automatic, that are available in this country. They're just very rare because you have to have very good reason. But I mean, we used to have shotguns. I don't think there is a platform in the. Well, let's go and have a look at the carpenter's bench. That's where it'll be. Yeah, my grandfather used to have things. Can I? Oh, I might get away with that. Might work. Let me just go and try that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by spruce at the moment. What did I just put away then? I don't know. I'll figure it out when I need it. Sprucey spruce. Give me a bit of spruce. Thank you. Yeah, my grandfather as a farmer, used to have quite a few shotguns, and I mean, one of his shotguns was well, two of his shotguns, because we both used to go shooting. I was shooting from a young age with the pump actions and with the double barrels and everything, and that's closer now. Question. Oh, no, damn you. Oh Christ. Right, let's have a look. Anything in this thing that even looks remotely that we could use it as some kind of platform while I'm talking. But yeah, he had some effectively semi-automatic shotguns. He had two, both with 6 magazines for 6 rounds in it, 6+1 in the chamber. But they had to go in what happened to the Hungerford massacre. That was the thing. So we were kind of reduced then to 12 gauges and the likes. I think I'm just going to have to work with this. You can't. But we can do that. Do I want to do that, or do I want to? No, I don't want to do that. Hang on. Let me do that. I think we'll get away with that once it's in place. We're going to have to, because there's limited capability to what we can do other than that. But that just gives us a thing. There are, but there's nothing in them, unfortunately. And these don't place. They're only crafting components. Don't think there's anything in here. Dry clay. No, and no. So it'll do. It's not perfect, but you make do with what you have sometimes. So and we'll pop. Oh, damn it! Again, we'll go with 2 high windows. I don't know whether to chisel these back at all, or not. I left the sleeping bag downstairs, didn't I? Okay, where's my sleeping bag on there? But yeah, I used to enjoy shooting. I still wouldn't want to live in an area that had relaxed gun laws as much as I enjoyed shooting. I've said this before, but as a kid growing up in this country, we were fed on war films and cowboy films. Certainly in our generation, I mean, we had all of the classics. I'm going to stick a little window there. I'm going to have a 3 wide there, actually. The more windows we have, the less I have to worry about running out of chalk. But we were kind of weaned on this kind of the cowboy films and the war films, so you have a kind of mixed bag of being at once fascinated and horrified by gun culture. It is strange. I mean, one of the channels I watch a lot of is Demolition Ranch, because he's actually the guy who runs it. Matt is hilarious to watch. Maybe come a little bit further, one more like that, and then maybe just do a 2. I think that would be more than adequate. But yeah, the relaxed attitude to the guns is quite scary for me, and I don't think I'd be happy with them lying around the house. And this is it's entirely personal. This is a preference thing, so other people are entitled to have their views and opinions on these things as ever. Anyway, well, 6 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I can get rid of that now. Now, I'm fairly certain I had a spare door somewhere. Did I not have? Yes, I did. Excellent. I actually need another set of doors, but we're going to do 1 spare door for starters. Oh no, I didn't bring my crafting bench. Yeah, I was watching Forbidden Weapons the other day on the Panko jackhammer, which I found was a fascinating old thing. It was interesting because with the Panko jackhammer stuff, it was the fact that they were talking about shotguns for war, and as I understood it, shotguns were illegal under the Geneva Convention in warfare because they were weapons that were designed to maim and not kill. So either my understanding was wrong, which is entirely probable, or something has changed. I need more chalk actually, because I need to go right up onto the roof now, and let's get up. Come on, up. There we go. And then we can start with the gable ends. Now I don't know whether to actually, I will decide in a moment, but I may actually stick a room in the roof as well, just to give us that attic window effect, because that is a nice effective thing to stick in a build. Wow, we are going to need a fair old amount of thatch for this though. And yeah, World War One I think predates the Geneva Convention. So I mean, let's face facts, they used mustard gas in the trenches, so yeah, they definitely weren't overly worried about the welfare of the troops. Yeah, starting to feel it. Starting to feel this build quite. Once this is, I think we get everything in there. We're nearly there in a lot of the respects. Can I? I'm just going to check something. I can. Oh, hello. That's good. That means we can actually put some proper support material in there rather than just random guff like we have. I mean, it's an odd one, the entire idea of, in quotes, civilized warfare, but thatch and thatch and thatch. I think, is that all of the thatch? I'm probably going to need more. Oh no, there's a little bit more thatch. Okay. We're definitely going to need some of that. Let's just do 38 of them. Okay. And then let's make a bunch of this. This is nowhere near going to be enough, but we'll make a start with it and see how far we get, and then it gives an idea of what we had. Yeah. There we go. Stand corrected. So, yeah, but then I suppose half of the thing with these things is if you don't get caught or if you win, then you get to rewrite the rules anyway, don't you? So, yeah. Yeah, okay. Right, let us jump over the edge here. Not literally jump over the edge. I think we'll do this properly while we're going. Yeah, or solid slugs. Well, I mean, we did. Well, the British did a lot in warfare that was dubious. Early doors. I mean, you know, let's be honest. The concentration camp was invented by the British in the Boer War, I believe it was actually. Right, we'll go like that, and then we can stick one of them there. I don't like the fact that they get their little thatch texture on the top, but there you go. What can you do? You know, this. And of course, the other thing to remember is it was, you know, the if you remember the Iraq thing where they were complaining about Saddam Hussein gassing the Kurds, and it was the British that put the Hussein family on the throne roughly 100 years beforehand, and used biplanes to drop mustard gas on the very same people. So history is a funny thing. We tend to forget the things that we want to forget and remember the things that are convenient. Especially countries do that all the time. It's such a hypocritical world we live in. But you know, I kind of take pretty much what any government says with a pinch of salt these days. Just because I think they've proven over and over that you can't trust what they say. But the other thing is, what can you do about it other than run for power? And believe me, that is not something you want. Me in Parliament. Oh dear. Although maths lessons would probably be more interesting. You know, if you have 17 stacks of dirt and you want to make a... No, maybe not. Oh, damn you. And double damn you. Okay. Well, we know we're going to need a fair amount more, but unfortunately we also have a pretty efficient farm for these, so... Three blue, one brown. I'll try to remember that. Right, let's try and get this. If I can get the ends done, I mean, if I can get the ends done, then the decision about what to do with the centre kind of becomes a secondary point at that point. More important just to get the basic structure down. Plus it gives you a really good idea for what it'll look like from the ground, because you won't be able to see the majority of the top. Oops, hello, and then one of them. Bonk. Whew, right, let's try and get this in place. No. I realise I just used a shovel on that, by the way. They appear to be harvesting wheat. Whether they are, I mean, I've certainly not seen any death messages which can mean for the animals, which can mean one of two things: they've all died, or the villagers are now getting food for them. I suppose we can go back and check in because we're going to have to go back and make a whole load more of this thatch anyway, so we can check on that while we're in there. And plop, 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 plop. Oh, damn, yeah. I'm not going to worry about 2, though. You want to levitate? Yeah. Like Mary Poppins. Right, let's have a quick sleep. And then have a step back and... yeah, they seem to have stopped for the time being, though. They haven't stopped. They haven't died recently since we think. But that's starting to look quite reasonable. I'm happy with that. So let's head to the square. Go and have a look at the animals for starters, because if there's no animals there, then we know why the messages have stopped. But the sheep are okay. The chickens are okay. The cows are okay. I think by stopping the baker making cookies and cakes, you don't look very happy. Why are you not happy? Have a look at this fella. Well, I say fella. This lady here. Who are you anyway? Why are you not happy? Tell you what, here. Why don't you have the day off and just take it easy? There you go. No. Look, you don't need to go down there. We've given you the day off. Go and be happy. Right, there we go. You know, I'm going to break them, because they cause more trouble. Every time I walk past, there's someone snagging on that. We ought to also double check that there's nobody stuck in any of the... While we're walking around the village and over here, I ought to double check the doorways to make sure they've not managed to starve themselves to death by getting trapped in the doorways again, because I thought I'd turn that sound effect off, but that seems... Anyway, those doors seem to be playing nicely. That seems to be alright. They appear to be okay now, which has me suspicious. Strange enough, they seldom get stuck going into the pub, which is interesting. And they don't get stuck in here anymore, which is good as well. They just come in and do their thing. Now, why... You appear to be happier already. I'm not going to make... Yeah, so the revamp of this and putting 2 doors in absolutely made massive difference. Anyway, let's go get some more blocks, and I'm going to do some public littering on the way around here and just drop off that and the tree. I can leave that and that. Don't need them. Don't even know where I got them from. Yeah, I've done that myself on occasions. Speaking of which, I'm out of rum, so I'm going to have to go to the beer I've set aside, especially for when the rum runs out. I wonder whether to turn these back on again as well. Let's have a look. What are you growing? Carrots, hemp, spuds, pumpkins, melons, hoofers, and that. I would like to take hemp out of there and pop you back on wheat, and then turn that back on, and eventually, once this one's filled up, that one should start filling. Come on. going on here? Oh, hang on. There's a pipe missing. That's why. I'm going to have to go and get a pipe as well then. In fact, let me just check. Did I do anything sensible like leave the pipe here? Doesn't look like I did. Okay. So we got some fixing to do as well. So I need to go and grab that pipe, replace it, and should be there. Pop the seeds away while we're at it, and actually let's get rid of a bit of that and that and those and the sticks. Actually, and we'll just put you away in the belt. That should work. Okay, let's go back to the square, get that pipe fixed, get some thatch made, carry on. I'm easily distracted. I can spot a shiny thing at 1,000 yards. I could have just taken those two, one or two of them, couldn't I? Oh well, doesn't matter. Oops. Ow. There. And so you should be getting water. So if we turn that on now, that should go. That should suddenly start getting water. These should all start getting water and growing of all of the things. Lovely. That's nice. Right, so now we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and grab those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's stupid. No, 1, no, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Get a couple's worth. And I'm trying to think how many I'll need. I think maybe another 4 or 5 stacks will be. Well, welcome back. That's 4. If I do 6 stacks, then that should be good, shouldn't I? I wonder whether to actually check while I'm at this. I should probably check out these villagers. I know I'm getting distracted by things, but I haven't touched the villager trading hall for the longest time. And of course, what, on YouTube or Twitch? Right, let's have a look. What have we got here? Come along, sir. Let's see what you are. Twitch. I think you just follow, don't you? Cartographer. This is Terry's favourite bit, by the way. The casual murdering of villagers. Well, I'm not affiliated in any way, so I don't know whether that makes any difference. Armourer. No, I don't need an armourer. Carpenter, we've got all the carpentry stuff we want. Cleric, I don't think we need. What are you? Fisherman? Yeah, don't need you. Yeah, I make nothing off streaming, so Twitch Prime wouldn't. That's probably why. Butcher, bye bye. Cartographer, bye bye. I've got no idea how my breeders are going, but we'll find out next, seeing as that's kind of on the way back to... if we head this way, it'll take us back through to the nether portal area, but, you know, underground. And there we go. Oh, I don't know how many there'll be. I hope there's not too many, because they're a bloody pain. A more gruesome way of killing them. Well, I mean, you could stick them in with a zombie, but it's, you know, then you end up with zombie villagers. 2 in there. And not many in there. These guys have not been busy. But then again, we're not on a server anymore, so they're not really going to do a great deal. But that should now be almost full. Stop it down there. There's a villager down there and he's making all that noise. It's just been a pain. I still have got this to work on. Must get round to finishing off my nether portal room at some point. I mean, obviously the entrance looks okay, but yeah, the nether portal room itself definitely needs some work. Should I sleep? I probably should. Yeah, that's a little bit harsh. I'm just trying to think, have I got any kind of... I haven't got any... If I had cyclic, I've got slime plates, which would have been a hilarious way of killing them. We could have just launched them. Well, semi-hilarious anyway. Right, so... I don't know, because they really did a number on my guards the last time. I mean, I had 16 guards, several of them were level 100, and the necromancer just took them out, which reminds me, that's why I had to replace that gate. They actually smashed their way through that gate. It's... I mean, it was an interesting effect, but it was annoying as hell as well. Does that make sense? You know, I've fought them. They are nasty, evil, and quite tough, to be fair. And the question is now, having proved ourselves, do we want to go back to that and have to do it again? I'm not sure whether I do. Okay, right, down here and round. And oh man, thank you. And oh, damn you. No, they have multiple levels, and the one that went through them was obviously a maximum level one. But you saw, if you saw the fight with when I went after him, he was I think he was either the maximum or next to maximum, and even with the stuff I've got, he was a significant challenge. But I'm not sure whether I like the fact of the matter is, you've got a, how do I put this? When you have a mob or a boss mob that fights using missile weapons, it annoys me when the mob can't be attacked using missile weapons. So you know, he could attack me from range, but I had to get up close and personal, which was not ideal. Anyway, let's oh no. Try that again. Well, that was the other problem. Is they appeared to there was a couple of occasions where they appeared within inside the village walls, which was obviously awkward. So I may turn them back on again. I don't know. I will see how I feel. It'd be interesting to see how some of the higher tier ancient warfare siege weaponry helps against them. I don't know whether that might be something that would be worthwhile trying in a creative world, to be honest. First, just to you know, give them nastiness and make them regret ever thinking about raiding my village. And then that should look okay, I think. Okay, let's just hop down and step away for a... Let me get back onto levitate a second. Let's have a look. How's that looking from this angle? Still looking a bit bland on that wall, but starting to get there. Let's have a look from the other angle. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think if we get a little shed there as well, and then start getting some foliage in, will be sweet. I'm not keen on creep vines. I don't like the control. I don't like having to stick pieces of bloody string underneath them or chisels and bits blobs to control them. No, I think with vines I'd definitely do something yeah. Right, we need to, first things first, we need to get some lighting in here. So let us put one there, one there, one in the middle, one in the middle, why not? There we go. I think I might have some visitors upstairs. Go get them, boys. No? That's not helping. Alright, well, there's only one way to do it. Got a bloody creeper in the area. Come on then. Go get them. These guys are useless. If you want a job doing, do it yourself, I think is the line. Right, let's get some light up in here just temporarily while we work out what I want to do. Okay, that's good. So if I were, I need more ironwood. We need a ceiling. Possibly. I'll live with that though. Anything that keeps a creeper from creeping is, in my opinion, well worthwhile. Right, let us get a flooring up here, or a ceiling stroke floor. If I am very tempted. I think I'm going to do attic space as well. So we'll do this. Now my thoughts are, I don't really. That's going to be a little bit weird, isn't it? Actually, let's lose that. So you could come up from a stair on this side. That might work, but not right on the wall. Yeah. Yeah, let's get this in. Then what I'll do is I'll pop into the space above, we'll stick some lights in, and then we'll see about some more. Luckily I've got so much of this timber, I really don't know what to do with it, so that shouldn't be a major issue. Damn you. Oops. Wrong spell. Alright, so we've got that going on. Have a quick snooze. So what we could do here, we're going to stick a window in at this point. Definitely going to need to do some lighting down there as well. Have a window in here. Damn you. I don't know about a window at there, maybe not. But what we can do then is at this point here. Really? Everything is rubbish at chopping these up. Grab this. And then probably they're in my tool bag. If we do something, I'm going to need a little bit more. Something like that. and then this would come over. Like so. Get that on there, 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 there. And then the only other thing would be to, oh no, God, misplacing blocks like it's going out of fashion. Okay, and we'll just work our way around that, because we'll go and grab those in a second. And that there. A little bit of, well, I think we still want some chalk. So what I'm going to do is I'll fill these walls in up here. This one, we need some stairs, we need some more doors. Definitely more chalk. I don't know how much I've got, but we definitely need more chalk. And I still need to work out how to light up that roof as well, don't I? Which I think I've got an idea on. And let's go and do that now while I remember. So if we were to take out you and then place that in, that does not work. Alright, let me try that. Huh. Right, so we take that. Go back to this, go in here and go chop, 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 chop. So that's that one. So if I then go, how do I want to do this? I want to take a layer off of there and then all the way back there. Hang on, this is going to take a little bit of finagling, I think, and then a layer off of there, and then we go and grab some glowstone, not from that bag, from that bag, do connected texture, 1 2 3 4. That should be enough. I don't think we'll need more than that. And then I can get that. And that one, I just need to check underneath. But that should be a reasonable glowing slab of glowiness. So we should then be able to swap that out over there and maybe do this one over here as well. That kind of works. Yeah, so that gives us, that sorts out the lighting on the roof. This is all okay, so that's fine. And then we can start putting bits away again. And in fact, right now, I think I'm going to put away the bits bags and the chisel, just to keep things going. Couple more must have a little bit more. Yeah, so it's there in my inventory. A couple more doors. And that will go here. Then we're going to need some ladders for there. So let's go and check that out. Then we can start lighting this place up properly. A little bit more in the ladderage. Come on, I was sure I had the right. Yeah, there they are. I knew I got them. So the idea is that downstairs will be the working area where they'll do their brewing of the wines, and upstairs will be living quarters, give or take a little bit of license, you know, to kind of oops. Alright, I was a little bit off target there. And definitely a little bit off target there. It's the room, I tell you. I guess there's a reasonable little attic space stairwell. Brings us up there. So all we need to do for these is decide what we're doing internally. So I think we'll probably have a wall across here, maybe a living quarter will have a wall that will like bedroom. This will go up to the attic space. Yeah, that kind of works. Again, I don't worry too much about the absolute amount of, oh man, we ain't doing it with one piece of chalk, that's for certain. Okay, I think there's no avoiding it. We are going to have to head off and see if we can't find some chalk somewhere. Start off in our... What hurt me then? Okay, start off over here, I suppose. This is the obvious place to start hunting around for minerals. Not seeing anything hopeful around here. Lots of diorite. Look this way. See if anything is exposed in either direction. Well, no, the wither mine didn't help a great deal, did it? Right, so we're probably going to need to go and have a hunt for this. I should really have brought some timber and stuff with me, shouldn't I, for this, if I'm going to do that, because torches would probably be a handy... Nothing there anyway. I'm trying to think where I got it from. I mean, there was not a huge amount, so it's definitely not something we found in vast quantities. Just have a little wander up. What are you? You are marble and limestone. You're marble. That looks like marble as well. Marble. Marble. I think you're getting on towards night time actually. Probably should have a little snooze. And then maybe go and find a cave. Oh my, did I just come up with an excuse to go and do some last minute caving? We'll take a little bit of that with us. I don't need a lot. That should be more than enough to make any torches we need. I'm just trying to think if we were to go and have a look in the mountains. Yeah, maybe. just to see if there's any obvious, because usually these, especially things like these, you know, big white expanses of oh, this is I was wondering whose this was, but this is an Empire villagers place. Yeah, we killed all the villagers. Yeoman sheep farm. See, what's that there? That's a hole. What is that up there? That could be. Yeah, that has got the look of something. Chuck. We'll soon have this grabbed. I'm surprised I didn't grab this more often, because it is actually a nice white texture in a game which has so many bad white textures. You know, when you consider that white concrete is certainly too white, and white clay is, you know, off colour, and sorry, white terracotta. Let's do it properly. Let's just have we've got a stack in a bit. Let's just have a little wander while we're out this way before I port back. Let's have a little peek. Oh, it's something died there, and the chunk was rapidly unloaded. Okay, so it's not that hard to find. Useful to know for future reference when I want to build with it, especially in given the level of extreme hills that we have around us. Oh, hello. Right, you. Let's see. Let's make a charged creeper. I love that spell. It's a shame it doesn't work underground, eh? Hello. I think he's dead. Right, let's warp home. Let's go to the portal. Just a matter of interest, how much have we actually managed to harvest while we've... Oh, we're definitely going to need to teleport this somewhere into storage, aren't we? Because that is a lot of grape. That is a lot of grapes. And we never got any landscaping done, which is disappointing as well. But we'll get there. Next episode we'll get this area finished. How does that... Yeah, that still looks alright, doesn't it? So you end up with... Oops, hello. That there, and then I think... Is that working? No, that's not going to work at all, is it? Okay, let's take the door over one. And then... See, if I do there... But if I do it here, then... No, I think we'll stick with that one. Like that. I'm going to leave the torch there because that can be our position for the doorway. Doesn't really matter. So you get living room, kitchenette stroke bedroom stroke whatever. This, and then we'll have at some point we'll stick a little crane out the back, and as I say, we'll have a thing heading down to the port there. I need to add some more trees to the tree farm as well. That's a thing that needs to happen. And then what we'll do is we'll bring it out like that. I think you end up with an oddity where the thatch is, but in all honesty, I don't think it really matters. It's an attic room, you know. It was not a posh one. Yeah, and that will bring us to here. We also need that. And do I want to? I don't think I do. I'm just going to leave that as raw thatch at this stage. So we need some glass in here, and there and there. Obviously we need to put some more doors in the various rooms and furnish them. Well, given the fact that sex toy sales are up through the roof, maybe there won't be. Maybe a lot of people are going for the DIY route. Sorry. Behave myself. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting what the saying will be in God knows how many years. Do yourself. Oh dear, I'm not going anywhere with that one. That's just. Now I think in terms of what we would do on this as a build going forward, I think we'll put some windowsills in. In fact, I should have, if I go and just go and get, I should have the relevant stuff for that, shouldn't I? What have you got? You have got, what did I actually use? I think it was the it was that one. So it was the dark oak. I'm sure I've got more. I should have more of that kicking around though. So let me make sure if I get both of my chisel bags out. Then yeah, you've got a couple in here, a couple over here, well, three actually, one there, one there. That wouldn't have a sill, but this one would. The only question is, do I want to give it a little lip? I think I do, you know. So what we'll do is we'll come out like this. That's not going to work though, is it? Because if I do, I suppose I can do it on the edges. No, that was horrible. We'll not bother with the lip because it's got that stupid texture change. We've got that going. And then the other thing which we would want would be something for a shutter, and I think probably the best for that is some of this. I'm going to do a couple, maybe I'll do 3 of those. And then we should have that, which means we can come in here and go don't ask me how those shutters work when the window's 3 wide. They just do. Get that going in there. I don't think there was any window around that side, was there? But we can do. How did we do that? Like that. Don't know whether I'm going to be able to reach easily from down here. No, not a problem. Just get in there and pop them in. Still a lot of work to do on this though. Yeah, we're definitely going to need, let's just use dirt. That's why we need to, come here you, a bit more. Get one there, 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 and there. That wouldn't have shutters on it because it's not a window as such. Yeah, I mean I could. I always like just that and the idea that it's one of them's a double. One of them's hinged or unhinged, take your pick. But this one should go there, and then we can jump there and there. And stepping away, that doesn't look bad. I'm happy enough with that. I'm just thinking where I can get a good view and a screenshot, because we're at about the end of tonight's stream. We got a good bit done. Yeah, that's. I'm happy with that. That's as a start. That's not bad at all. If you imagine it, once we've got the trees, in here, and then obviously the edge of here, and we'll probably put a line of trees here. We'll have the path go off that way, shed, and obviously then this entire area on this side will be done pretty much. There's a little bit of work to do over here. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with that space there or the space around the walls, but I'll figure it out eventually. And then it's all of this stuff over here, which is the biggie, and the stuff on the, if we jump onto the journey map, the stuff on this side of the wall here, because we've got a whole amount of space there. So plenty to go at, really. And as I say, I may stick a couple of towers here and here as like gate entrances to the bay. That's the word I was looking for, because I think that could look quite good as well. But on that note, I'll get a screenshot for the stream, and that will do us for this return. We'll be streaming again next week, so hopefully going to try and get back into the habit of doing it every Sunday. You know, subject to the world, really. But until next time, thank you very much for joining me, guys, and I will put this up on Tuesday night if you missed any bits. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.